trade it. Charles Moon is here, stock strategist, Prosper Trading Academy. Good morning to you. You're looking and have an example trade for us on Amazon. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I love this pullback in Amazon. And for me, as long as they stay above this $200 level, it's pretty key. It's a technical level, it's a psychological level. I love the upside here. I know that the markets are a little bit shaky. We've been so frothy in the markets, obviously one of the strongest Mays that we've seen in quite some time. So, all it took was just a little bit of shakiness out of the news to kind of cause a little bit of risk off, which is not surprising. But again, Amazon staying above this $200 price. I love the the June 13th contract, 205 strike at 375 or lower. I'm willing to risk about $1.50 per contract. My expectations is that they're going to try and hold this level and rebound back to at least around $210. We could start looking to cash at around 6.25 or higher on those contracts if it maintains this level of support. Now, if it loses 200, Amazon's probably working its way back down at least to 195, 192, so there's no need to hold and, obviously take on a bigger loss. But for me, this has been one of the better players. Obviously the news around Amazon has been a lot more positive. The analysts' outlooks has been a lot more positive. They're working on efficiency, with Amazon working on such tight margins. Anything that's going to help those margins is a big, big boost for the future for the company.
Yeah, you said you like that it's holding the 200 level, 203. Okay, I mean, it's right there, but let's hope it doesn't go down any further. What about the market action that we're seeing? Your thoughts on whether it's the economic news or the market action overall?
Yeah, and again, I just think that once, anytime in the markets, anytime you see a pretty strong sustained rally, at some point buyers get exhaustive. They get a little concerned about buying at peak. Sellers are looking for an opportunity, and all it takes is a little bit of news. And really what that starts happening is that those early investors start taking a little risk off. Short sellers start looking at that as a preemptive opportunity to try and engage the markets and take on some really aggressive short-term plays. And because of the market environment, I like this more as a short-term opportunity as well. We don't want to be holding on too long. We never know what the news feed's going to, really bring for us over this next week, and seeing how the market has reacted, especially since towards the end of the month, it could have been just, attributed to rebalancing, but, we saw some shakiness off of headlines, and that's really what's concerning, is seeing an overreaction in the markets to anything that's hitting the news wire. So at this point, I would just say short term is probably best for now until we start firming up again.
Right, understood. I mean, when you think about the Mag 7, is there anything about, we just talked about Amazon, any of the other names interesting to you that you follow? Really, I'm sure you follow all of them, but is there one that you love to follow?
Meta right now. Meta's been a bit, I would say, passive in terms of trading over the last week and a half, but today they really sparked up and got really aggressive buying early on, really strong performance. So, Meta's one of those names that's not only been able to maintain gains, very similar to Microsoft, where they jumped off of earnings and they've been basically holding their peak range. But Meta's been awfully quiet. I'm looking for this recovery in Meta. I think that breakout through around 660, 665 could be a really good trigger point for them to get back up into that 700 level and look to push towards their all-time highs.
All right. Thank you so much, Charles Moon, Prosper Trading Academy. Great to see you. Thank you for being here and taking a look at some of those Mag 7 names for us, too.